We are live with Zoom court here with Judge Persons in Tempe, Arizona. Temple. First appearances here. Like to join the Discord right there. $10% discount. Let's switch over to this courtroom.
Christy Humphrey. I got excited and thought she was here, but she wasn't. So I get it.
Questions come to mind, Ms. Cisneros?
None at all, right?
Okay, and if you have any, feel free to contact probation. If
Boston
you have
County,
any, contact your attorney.
court
But
here.
just don't violate the law. Don't go back to Alpine Village. And by December 1st, you've finished your 20 hours and we have proof of that. And I think this will work just fine. So then we'll see you February 25th and be able to get this dismissed.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Nothing further from defense.
All right, thanks, Mr. Goodman. Thanks, Ms. Cisneros. You can both leave the meeting. Get this finished.
Judge Hamilton in Amarillo Court.
So the parents have signed off on their family plan of service, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, prior to this case, were they in FBSS?
They were.
Okay, and during their FBSS case, were they assigned certain services to work?
They were.
Okay, and have you received any certificates of completion for at least Miss Woodard regarding the services that she completed during FBSS?
I have, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so far as the services that she completed under FBSS, would those be credited toward her current family plan of service?
That is correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and if instead, to make sure, or St. Francis and the department have to narrowly tailor the family plan of service for each specific family, is that correct?
This is a child
That is
protection
correct.
orders.
Okay, and if instead of some of the services that are currently on the family plan of service, if Miss Woodard wanted family counseling instead of another round of individual counseling, would the department in St. Francis be willing to accommodate that?
We could. I do need to get some verification from my supervisor just to be sure that that is something we can do. I would assume so, though, since she has been doing counseling ongoing. I did see that she's doing it ongoing, and I do think family therapy would be a good idea, actually.
Okay. And part of the
Oh shit! And Judge Burger right there. What the hell? $50. Damn. Judge Burger, what the hell? Can't get another court here as soon as possible. Come here. Judge Fisher. This is Thurston County, Washington.
And pointed to, I think it's untrue that our experts have agreed with the methodology here. Mr. Rear has taken some liberties with what was said in these depositions, and he has taken some things out of context, including some explanation where Mr. Miller explained that the figures that Dr. Wiggins put together, squiggly lines, were not really in the scope of his analysis. So I'd also like to make a little clear, because maybe I wasn't. The bottom hole pressure is something that you can calculate from the surface pressure, and we don't actually have an issue with the way that Dr. Wiggins calculated the bottom hole pressure. So that point at the bottom of the well, got it, fine. You can calculate that using friction. That is a very well-known formula. It's once you get out of the well. And once you get out of the well, Dr. Wiggins in no way took into account friction, despite what Mr. Rear said. That's in his deposition, which now I had on a different screen. It's in his deposition. So he accounted for friction only in the actual well bore to get to the bottom of the bottom.
Is
hole
the
pressure, not what's outside of that.
143 district court.
Okay, so then on the first report, Mr. Rear talked a lot about pour pressure, and pour pressure is wrapped up in this whole issue. And there are other motions, including the one against Mr. Smith, that have to do with the Devon models and all that stuff. What you didn't hear was anything having to do with overburden pressure, because it is undisputed that in the first report, Dr. Wiggins assumed an overburden pressure, and then in the reply report, he calculated that overburden pressure, and it is higher. Dr. Wiggins's own analysis shows the first one was too low. That does not rely on the Devon data at all. So all we're saying is that first report is unreliable. And I'm a little unclear whether or not Dr. Wiggins is still asserting that first report or not. If he's not, then I don't have a problem with that one. But to the extent he is still relying on that first report, the overburden numbers in there
We're going
are
over
too
the
low according to his own
Bonnet
calculations.
County.
Okay, finally, let's talk about the lateral movement.
I like this judge here. Oh, damn. Damn. Judge Robert is doing bench trials.
School, she hits carpool line at 1:30. And when is she getting them to your house?
About 3.
Okay. She testified, as you heard, that she doesn't, sometimes it'll be 3:00, good seeing you kids, gotta go. And other times it'll be, I'm going to stick around, maybe I'm here for dinner. How would you describe what drives, whether she drives is sort of a confusing term since she's driving, but under what circumstances would she get out of the car with the kids and say, I'm going to stay at the Misdeal household instead of zooming off to go get the other kids?
It's not frequent. Like 2 weeks ago, Sarah and I had a meeting.
Ezekiel is 9.
And how old is Judah?
Judah is 5.
Who do they live with?
They live with me.
Honorable Judge Michael Nelson.
At the time of the divorce, what city did you and the kids live in?
In Killeen, Texas.
That's Texas.
Why did you agree to the variance of child support to $1,000 in the divorce?
At the time, Eliezer was living in Nevada, and so he would travel once a
Nevada.
month. And so we took in consideration the travel expenses once a month.
You muted me. Smith,
What?
for something.
Sorry, Your Honor. I
Okay.
saw. What city did you and the kids live in now?
We live in Houston, Texas.
Poor insight. She had poor insight at the end of January, didn't she?
I would not say she had poor insight.
This is
No, I
a
think
Lin-
she understood
Lindsay
pretty much
Chain
where
on the
she was and the
case.
difficulty she was having, and was aware of a number of things about that.
That's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
Attorney Sprague.
Thank you, Your Honor. Doctor, those symptoms that Attorney Reddington just read you about postpartum depression, are those also symptoms for general depression?
No, that's it, Your Honor. That's the last one. And what was the date on that again?
That's September 30th.
30th.
At 3 in the afternoon.
Great. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
And then Mr. Straight, when I come to you now. Hello.
Michael Slate.
Can't hear you yet. You got to get yourself unmuted. Try again.
Can you hear me, Your
Oh,
Honor?
I can hear and see you now.
Great.
So we have a note here that maybe you're in inpatient treatment somewhere.
I am at Discover Recovery. I went into a treatment the day after I had my first hearing.
Okay.
Very nice,
So,
very nice.
and have you consulted with a lawyer at all?
I have had no opportunity to either contact the prosecuting or find any kind of counsel.
Okay, because you checked yourself into, you probably had a lockdown period with treatment or not?
Oh yeah, I had to do 6 days detox before in Lacey, and then they sent me here for the 30-day inpatient treatment.
Okay, so as to an attorney, you said early on back in July that you thought you would hire your own attorney. No.
Do I have this muted? Why does it
And
keep
I understand that you did.
What's her relationship?
Well, she's my aunt, so I would say, well, great aunt to them.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Okay, Ms. Zavala, recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. Children are with family. They are doing very well, have started up school. And we do have one issue with Nehemiah.
We do have a TPO
He's
hearing that we're
showing
gonna
a lot more
watch.
fear lately and clinginess. I know he is little, but I would love to see if we could get some sort of play therapy or something in place for him. I don't know if Deborah Smith, who is doing the counseling for sister, if that is something that she could do. But I would like to throw that out there. I think that would be incredibly helpful to have some sort of therapist in place for him. I am very much in favor of family therapy for mother and father. I think that would be great, especially considering the previous domestic violence issues. I am
some
in
DV
favor
cases.
of doing a home study on any relatives that are suggested. However, I would ask that the children not be moved unless there is a court order or an agreement after that home study. But I think it's always great to have lots of different options. But right now, they are doing very well in the home that they've been in for quite some time, even before this case started. And I do recommend that that continue.
Good, thank you, Ms. Fogg. Okay, today then, I will continue the department as temporary managing conservator, and I will continue the children's current placement.
Case plus 4 other jail cases.
Judge
And so we will continue to work
Elgin.
and do what we can. But unfortunately, we can only do them one at a time because I only have one set of ears to hear what's going on. So it's the petitioner's case and burden of proof. She will go first. She will testify. The next step is questions. It's only questions. It's not statements. Then last will be statements. Ms. Lavallee, do you intend to call any witnesses besides yourself?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm looking around. Do you know who they are or what is this Akemi, Akemi?
Yes.
Okay, so we have them in the waiting room. Remind me of that. So then the order would be your testimony, questions for you. That other witness's testimony, questions for them. So just understand that that will be how we move through this. Ma'am, you're under oath. You filed against Mr. Stanley. You two were living together at the time in DeKalb County. Is that right?
Yes.
And have you two ever been married or had children together?
We have a son together.
Oh.
All right. And you outlined an incident that took place in mid-June prior to your filing. Tell me what happened.
Judge,
I'm sorry, Judge. Just wanted to respond and no smoking during the meeting.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got a number of screens up. I had not seen that. So, all right. So, ma'am.
Yes. In June, there was a situation where Mr. Stanley called the police on me. I was sent to jail. I was ordered no violent contact, and I did come home and separate myself. I stayed in another room, and even though I was staying in another room, he would continue to like bother me and try to argue with me, try to get me to argue with him. During that specific incident, he did like prevent me from leaving, and I did record the entire incident.
Oh,
I tried
damn.
to upload it, but the system only allowed me to upload like a very small clip instead of like the full 1.5-hour video that I have of him like barricading me in the house and me trying to stop. There has been like a lot of incidences of verbal and physical abuse.
Damn.
It's like way too many to document.
So from the incident in June, you said it lasted about how long?
I have an 1.5-hour recording, and
Okay.
I stopped it whenever I was finally able to leave the house.
And what was he doing to prevent you from leaving?
Well, at first he blocked the bedroom door because it started.
Oh, damn.
It started in my bedroom. He blocked the door. I finally was able to get out. I ran downstairs, but I didn't have any pants on, so I didn't run out of the house. I ran downstairs,
no pants.
to
What
get a
the
pair of
hell?
pants and put them on to leave the house. But he ran
You son of a
downstairs and
bitch.
he like physically held me so that I couldn't leave. And I just sat there asking over and over again, let me go, let me go. And I have all of that on recording. Finally, he did like move to the point where I was able to leave the house.
So did you sustain any injuries during that incident?
No.
All right. And when would you say the last time was that you had where he had any physical contact with you, hitting, pushing, kicking, shoving, things of that nature that resulted in any kind of injury?
God, this is
I
a
would say
32-minute
the end of May.
video. God damn.
He did pretty much beat me and stomp me in the closet.
Beat me and
in
stomp
our
me.
room,
Wow.
and it created a hole so where he was stomping me. I did call his cousin to get him to stop, and he only stopped because she talked him out of continuing to beat me.
Okay. So let me see, Mr. Stanley, do you have any questions for this witness at this time?
The question is, and you said I beat you in the closet
What the hell?
and I stopped because you called my cousin. What incident was this pertaining to?
So when approximately was the incident in the closet?
I don't know the exact date, but I know that I guess was talking back to him too much, and I was sitting on the bed and he started hitting me in the face, and I didn't like move. I just kind of sat there and he kept hitting, and I guess it was making him more mad that I did not hit him back. So he started punching me, and whenever he started punching me, that's when I ran to the closet for like shelter, and I kind of ducked in the corner, and that's when he started stomping me.
Stomping
Did you
you.
call the police, or was there any injury report or anything that would sustain injuries to this incident, or find some type of effect on this incident?
What the hell?
So, ma'am, we'll break this down. Was there a call to the police about this?
No, I did not call the police.
You didn't
time
call
he
the
has beat me,
police?
I have never called the
Why?
police on him. I have always called his family because I did not want him to pretty much get shot like most Black men do whenever people call the cops.
Oh, okay. Now we get into the
So,
racism.
you estimated this happened maybe late
Yeah,
May,
no.
around that
What
time,
the
generally
hell,
speaking?
dude?
Yes.
Okay. So the order was served on him in early July, is that correct?
Yes, it was after an incident started that he called the police on me because I was sleeping. This is after we had broken up. I was sleeping. We were staying in separate rooms. He unlocked my bedroom door and came in while I was sleeping and grabbed my phones off of my bed. And I jumped up and said, "Give me my phones." And he ran down the stairs with my phones in his hand. And I ran down after him and I tried to grab my phones. He had my work phone. I work for the government. He had my work phone. He had my phone, and he had my daughter's phone. And I basically tried to grab my phones back from him, and my nails scratched him.
Whoa,
and also,
dude.
his shirt was ripped.
We are sorry about that.
I was sent to jail, and I was released like a day later.
So he was served with this order though around July 1st, correct?
Yeah, I filed a TPO after I came back home, and he wouldn't. We had broken up, and he would not leave, and he kept
wouldn't
provoking me
leave.
to basically get into a physical altercation with him, and so I had to file a TPO before, because he said that he was going to lie to the police and said that I jumped
He
on
would
him
lie
and
to
sent
the
me to jail,
police.
and I have recording of that, and I submitted that.
Damn.
So what contact have you had from him since the point he was served?
I keep seeing him around the house. When I'm at work, he was here. I did submit that. I want to say 2 days ago, he was here. He wasn't at the house. He was across the street from the house mowing the neighbor's
You can join my
yard.
Discord
He has
if
called
you
me.
want.
He's had a family member call me. I did submit
Yes,
that
you can
to
share
evidence,
it
also
out.
those screenshots of the calls. He's texted me, and yeah, I submitted all of that.
Okay, we can circle back to exhibits if we need to in a few moments. So you two have children together?
Can I ask a question on that statement, Your Honor?
In a minute.
Okay.
So, ma'am, do you two have children together?
We have a son.
You have a
Okay.
son.
So they don't appear to be listed in your paperwork. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, you filed the petition, you're requesting the protective order. What request do you have in relation to your son in custody and visitation?
I don't feel like he's a danger to his son, and if he wanted to see him, I didn't want to stop him from doing that just without me. I would be okay with maybe his cousin or his mom having our son and us being able to drop off Jordan and pick him up without ever crossing paths.
Okay. So,
Wild.
all right, Mr. Stanley, what questions did you have?
I kind of forgot it. But we can move forward.
Okay. I think when you said that, I know I couldn't take it right that second. She was talking about phone calls and messages and coming to the house, things like that that had happened since the order. Was the question about that?
Okay, yes. I wanted to ask a question to her. When the order was served and I was staying away from you, did you not make the initial phone call with my son to talk to me?
So, ma'am, he's asking if did you either contact him on behalf of your son or assist your son in contacting him?
No, I didn't, and I know what incident he's talking about.
Okay.
Daycare.
So I don't know what incident he's talking about. So estimate a date for me for starters. It doesn't have to
I'll
be
be right back,
exact,
y'all.
but just to give me an idea of how far back in the timeline we're talking about.
We're talking about I was served. I'm not exactly sure, but
It looks like you were served on the 1st.
I was okay. If I was served on the 1st, it had to be. I could give you an exact day because it's coming from the same. It's not coming from her line. It's coming from a different line that she has that she's calling me from my son line.
I don't need an exact date. Was it? I just need to
Okay,
know.
it was like the 3rd. It was like the 3rd. It was like 2 days into it. It was like 2 days into the warrant. I mean
Okay. So see, instead of spending all this time trying to figure this out, we could all just say, so shortly after or within a few days of being served, did you assist your son in calling me?
Yes.
So let's ask the question that way. Ms. Lavallee, did you facilitate your son reaching out to Mr. Stanley in early July?
No, I didn't. Jordan has his own phone, and there's only one number in it, and that is Jay's number.
Okay, is that did you give Jordan any instructions regarding in either direction regarding contacting Mr. Stanley?
No.
Okay, so if he chose to, he would be free to do so.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Stanley, what's your next question?
Okay. Did you not also contact me via text messages or phone calls from your phone?
All right, ma'am, have you texted him since July 1st?
Yes, I sent him a picture of our car insurance card because his brother called me and said, Jay got in a car accident. He needs a picture of his car insurance card. And I sent that and I blocked him after.
Okay, had he been blocked? You blocked the brother or you blocked Mr. Stanley?
No, I didn't block the brother because I didn't know that they were talking. They hadn't had contact in a while.
Okay, so did you have to unblock him to send the card?
Yes.
And then reblock him once you sent it?
Yes.
Okay, so you essentially, was there any message attached to that or was it just the picture and that's it?
Yes, I told him to stop calling me.
Then you
And
should
I
stop
told him
calling
to
her,
get his
man.
own insurance information also because it was lapsing. And
Had he
I
been, so I'm inferring from this, your assertion is that he had already been trying to contact you by phone prior to you sending the insurance card.
Yes, he contacted me through like 5 different things, like a bunch of social medias and other people also.
All right, Mr. Stanley, what's your next question?
That's about it, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Lavallee, we're going to bring in your other witness. Give me just a moment. Good evening. Can I have you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm that the statements you make today will be the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. What is your relationship to the petitioner, our other Ms. Lavallee?
She's my sister.
All right.
Your
So we are here
sister.
today for a protective order petition. Have you been aware of any acts of violence or threats of violence between these two parties that you've been able to witness yourself, either directly or the aftermath thereof?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
There's been times where I've been on the phone with my sister and, you know, she's had to sleep in her car or get a hotel with her kids to kind of get away from, you know, irate behavior or whatever was going on at the home.
Okay, when was the last time roughly that you remember something like that?
I'm not sure when the last time was. It was more when they were together, maybe 2 or 3 months ago.
Okay. Have you ever seen either of them like get physical or rough or put hands on the other?
No, but I've been on the phone when things have been going on.
And what kind of things do you hear when you're on the phone for those types of situations?
Hollering, throwing, punching walls,
Oh my
kicking
God.
walls,
Punching
just a lot
walls.
of, you know,
The hell?
stuff in the background that doesn't sound, you know, right.
Are you and your sister, do y'all live physically close to each other?
No.
Okay, so you don't have many occasions to visit the house, I take it?
I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna jump to the end. Have you been able to be at the house to see whether there is or is not damage around the home consistent with what you're
Bam,
describing?
Judge.
Yes, I have.
Okay, have you seen like holes in the wall or damage that would be consistent with those types of things?
I have seen holes in the wall.
Okay, can you estimate when the last time was you remember seeing something like that?
The last time I've actually been there was last year, and I did notice, you know, holes in the wall.
Holes in the wall.
All right.
What the
Mr.
hell?
Stanley, do you have questions for this witness?
No, sir. Hold on. Last year. Yeah, she did came last year. Okay. No, I don't have no questions, sir.
All right. So we are going to return our witness, Ms. Lavallee, back to the waiting room, but ma'am, you've concluded your business with the court and you're free to log off. We will continue on with the hearing in your absence, and we thank you for all your patience and for your time today.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Stanley, you have a right to remain silent if you choose, but you also have the ability to testify. You've been sworn in. Is it your wish to give testimony today?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Let's
what
see
would you
his
like to tell us
side.
today?
Okay. Your Honor, to kind of clear you up on this mishap, it's like I know it's jumbled to me. But to kind of clear you up, it's been going on for about 2 months. This incident itself going on for about 2 months. It started with a mere Ariel is the type of person where if you bring conflict to her, she runs. She avoids it. She doesn't like it. She doesn't anything that's wrong. So what started this situation, Ariel had 2 deaths in the family. One was her daddy, her daughter's daddy, and one was her aunt. And upon me finding out things going on around the house, which me and Ariel, I put the deposit down on the house for us to stay in. We've been living in this house 3 years. We've been together 6 years.
6
So
years.
majority of the stuff that's
You've
in
been
this
in the
house,
house 3 years?
you know,
What the
created
hell?
by me. I've been working. But away from the fact, I noticed things going on around my home that wasn't being said anything about. So when I approached Ariel, of course, she avoided the situation. So I'm trying to get answers out of her by talking to her, and it makes her more upset. She has anxiety and she has panic attacks. So what wound up happening is that she left. When she left. I don't exactly remember the exact date, but it was 2 months ago. She left. She went out town to Louisiana with her family.
Went to
Upon
Louisiana.
that, the phone that Ariel is on, I am actually paying for. So I get to see the
Damn.
phone records and everything. Well, she spent her time out there. We had back and forth over the phone while she was with her mother and her family. Her family doesn't like me. Her mother has hit me before, so we don't
Her
get along.
mother hit you. What the hell?
But to bring you up on speed,
Yeah,
she came
I
back a
wonder
week
fucking
later.
why.
I didn't know she had the
You
affair at the
dumbass.
time, and the affair is with this lady. I have the number, I have the recommend, I have everything. But the affair was this lady had an affair. She came back home a week
Had
later
an
and
affair.
laid down in bed, act like everything was okay. Following the week of she's being home, it's coming out that she had an affair. Of course, I'm not gonna like it, so I say what I say about it, but no physical harm. Like I said, Ariel is the type of person to run. So I decided one day, like a week, maybe 2 weeks later, that I would go to the phone that I got her that I'm actually still paying for, and the watch that I'm actually still paying for. And I grab the phone and I get a text. It wasn't no words behind it. It wasn't anything. It was just swinging. I have bruises. I have scratches to the day that's still on my arm.
Damn.
The police came, seeing that I was locked out, seeing that my shirt was ripped by her. I had scratches all around my neck. I didn't hit her. I didn't touch her. I wasn't abusive. I didn't do anything. I was locked out of my house. So the police came and asked me what's going on. They asked her what was going on and had her locked up. She was locked up for 3 days. She had got out
3
on a battery
days.
charge, and all of this is basically retaliation. Once she got out, she got upset with me, obviously, about getting locked up. I didn't tell her to put hands on me. So there came the rampage. I want you out of my house. Well, I've been in this house 3 years. Okay, so I come to an agreement with her that I will be out the house in a month and a half, because I just can't just leave out of my house. Like, I have mail here. I've been stable here for 3 years. So I just can't leave out of my house. So upon negotiating with her about how we're going to separate things, it gets into a frantic. It gets into an argument. Like, I try to talk to her about the watch that's on my account. It's $450. I'm still paying for that. So she acts childish. She walks off. You have to chase her down. You got to ask her over and over again. And
Acts like a
it's
fucking
becoming a
baby.
repeated cycle. She hang up in your face. She don't call, and it's frustrating because these are things that I
Acts like a
have.
fucking
These are things
baby.
that
That's
it's my
fucking
life.
wild.
I'm paying
A
for.
grown adult
But
acting like a fucking
to
2-year-old.
sum it up is that she didn't like me
Unbelievable.
being there for a month and a half, and she wanted me out. So we came to agreement a month and a half, but it wasn't good enough for her. Behind that, she filed eviction. I have the eviction coming up on the 20th of this month. Then she decides to go out of town. Calls was made back and forth to me from out of town saying, you better hurry up and get your stuff out. They coming for you. They coming for you. She comes back in town, finds out that I answered the eviction that is postponed up until the 20th. That wasn't fast enough for her again. So then she goes back to the court and files a TPO.
Files a
That
TPO.
obviously gets me out the house. So this whole thing is to get me out the house. Is retaliation from her getting arrested. Nothing. I haven't touched this woman. I haven't threatened this woman upon me being cheated on, having affairs.
Being
my
cheated
stuff
on.
being taken away
What?
from me, I'm not getting paid. Like, this is a lot for me to take in and not be upset about, but I'm still finding the energy to be calm. It's like a setup. She wants me to get upset so the police can get called on me. It's a oh, I'm gonna get you back situation. I wasn't supposed to go to jail. Like, this is insane. It's really insane.
It's
So
insane. Now you
all
acting like a
all I
fucking
was asking
baby.
for was my particular things that I'm paying for. I even told her I would give her the house. I don't mind giving her the house. The only reason why I needed the house was to lay
That's
down,
all
go
I
to
hear
sleep,
from the
and
both
take
of
a
you.
shower. I never did. I worked constant.
Shut the fuck
I've
up.
been having a job. I'm in and out the door constantly.
Holy
So
hell.
I rarely see Ariel even being in a separate room. But the whole thing is, while we was in separate rooms, I was trying to actually do what I'm doing now and have conversation about the things that we needed to separate, which was the computer, her iPhone that she's on now, and her watch that she's on, which is all under my contract. And which is not even mine, it's actually T-Mobile's because it's still being paid for. So I'm getting childish behavior behind a situation where she put her hands on me and she got arrested. And now we have situation after situation, old thing after old thing
Acting
being
like a
thrown up
baby.
in this 2-month process
Like a fucking
of
idiot.
a breakup. I'm not threatening her. I have not hit nobody. I have not did anything. I have messages from her affair saying that
Get the
your
fuck
son is
out.
calling
Come
his
on now.
daddy. I have to stay calm in all of this. I
Holy
am
hell.
physically calm. Like, I am calm. I'm frustrated.
All right, well, let me see if she has, so you've said that you are staying calm. Let's see if she has any questions she thinks the court needs to ask.
Okay.
That last statement where he made about the person who I was talking to, sending him messages about our son. He sent that person a sex video that me and Jay had together.
Sex video.
Saying, look what she did when
So
she
this
came
is
back."
questions for him.
What
You have
the
questions
hell?
For, so here, I'll put a question mark at the end of that. Mr. Stanley, did you send some other party a video of you and Mrs. Lavallee?
That was an engagement between the argument, and it went long before that. But yes, I did.
Okay. Any other questions, Ms. Lavallee?
Yeah, I just have one question. Could he please call T-Mobile and release my line, because I showed proof that I paid my phone off, but I'm unable to switch to another carrier because Jay has, when T-Mobile called him and asked if they're able to release the line, Jay told them no. He said that he is not releasing it, but I made sure to pay my phone off before.
All right,
I
Mr.
paid it
Stanley,
off
is there any
February.
reason that can't take place?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. The phone is actually being paid. She paid us a portion of the amount for the phone, and also the watch that is on my line. I am still paying.
So
for
let me jump in here.
Okay.
Let me rephrase that question.
Yes.
As a statement.
Okay.
This is a temporary order.
Uh-huh.
Ownership and permanent possession of property never gets decided in a TPO case.
Okay.
So I want to make that clear. Whatever interest you have in a phone, for example, or any other property, house, whatever, the order I issue decides who might have it for the next few months. It doesn't decide who owns it forever or who has possession of it forever. And what I mean by that, this isn't something I've had to deal with much. It comes up in these cases. What harm, if any, befalls you from releasing this line?
What harms me?
Right.
A phone bill that I consistently pay, and I done made the last 3 payments on since the TPO been out. Is the phone lines and the phone.
You're saying you've paid some for the physical phone and you've had
Yes.
ongoing payments for the service.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. Whether true or not, I'm deciding on a temporary basis. She's saying she wants to pay the ongoing bills. She needs to be able to do that. I can't imagine why you would want to be able to do that for yourself if she's the one hanging on to the physical phone, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So any
Facts.
financial dispute over who has paid how much toward the phone, that's a separate dispute. Right now, she needs to be able to control the service and the account that provides her with use for the phone. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I think I forgot to ask this question, but I always want to make sure I do. So when it pops into my head, sometimes even though it's got nothing to do with anything, I just throw this out of left field. Did you intend to call any other witnesses besides yourself?
I had my mother, but it's been so long that she had to go do something, so no.
Okay. So what she's looking for, there are going to be, when you have a separation like this, there are going to be issues that have to be resolved, typically in the court system or otherwise. The phone is on the tinier side of the types of examples of those things. I'm here to resolve issues on a temporary basis. And what I will say is this, it's a civil hearing. The standard of proof is much lower than in a criminal proceeding. And answering the question to determine whether I should extend this order, I think the law tells me that I should. But the order will say that you two should not have contact.
And I'll do for
disorder and
that.
borderline personality disorder, and he also was not being treated by medications or anything otherwise.
Okay. Were either parent employed?
No.
Did it appear that either parent could provide any type of support for the child?
No.
Where were the parents living at the time of removal?
They were living in the burnt out side of an abandoned building on
What the hell?
6th Street. I'd have to look. I
Turn the
apologize.
camera on, everybody take
10th
a
Avenue,
seat.
sorry.
Courtroom going live now. We're bringing you the heat. From the judge to the jury, everybody's on screen. We're from the live Zoom court. You know what I mean? Boots on the floor, but the courtroom's online. Judge on the screen and the cases in line. From Texas to the world, we're watching it unfold.